folks over skilling here once again. It is so good to be in the presence of the Lord this evening. And, well, we're in the fourth commandment. I'm talking on the fourth commandment of the Ten Commandments series. It's obviously, like I've said before, I know I'm going to sound like a broken record. Keep the Sabbath. All the commandments can be found in the book of Exodus, the 20th chapter, or in the Old Testament of the Bible. Fourth commandment states to keep the Sabbath day holy. Now, what do I mean by that? 6 days you shall rest. Like it says in the Bible, 6 days you shall work, 7th day is the day of rest. A standing example is the creation back in the book of Genesis. God created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. What did he do on the 7th? Hello, you were rested. Which, I mean, if you see in today's society, nobody does anymore. Nobody. But what people need to do is they need to get their rest. And not, people aren't doing it. I mean, that's why literally our hospitals are full. People are at each other's necks 24/7. It's because they're burned out. Because they're working 24/7 non-stop. And I know it's been played out to death. And I'm also, I know I may sound like a complete jerk. I know I'm going to get hate mail on this. But there's a scripture in the Bible that says, if your donkey falls on the ditch on the Sabbath, pull him out. Reality check. That scripture's been played to death. What that scripture means is basically, if you have to work, do your work on the day you plan to have your Sabbath. The Bible isn't specific on what day the Sabbath is. It specifically says 6 days you shall work, and the 7th day you rest. Bottom line, for some people it could be a Monday. Some people it could be a Friday. Or maybe even a Saturday, for example. But here's the reality behind it. People are honestly working themselves into another grave. They're burned out. This is why you see hospitals. This is why you see people having all kind of health issues. This is why, I know I'm blinking my eyes because I'm wore out. This is why there's 99.9% of the people are completely asleep. Please keep me in your prayers because I've been full tilt lately, so I'm trying to stay awake. But bottom line is this. Set up a day for your Sabbath day. Sunday works out great for me because I go to church. Even though, I'm on the pit crew for my church and at the Regal Cinema 15, Newington, New Hampshire, Next Level Church. I'm co-representative, but I'm also pit crew. So it's like I don't even get a day off. Amen. Some days I'll tell you this much. I try. I really do. But the pit crew is basically me. And I'm hoping a few people from Next Level Church will hear this and say, this guy needs some help. I mean, obviously. I mean, how would you like it if you're the only one just doing your job? But, honestly, I'm hoping and praying we get more people will help out with the pit crew. Of course, obviously, they know the stress and headache I go through every Sunday. It's typical, but obviously, it's typical in any position these days. and man, life is basically slim to zero for downtime, except for a few hours of sleep I get at night. I know I'm basically falling asleep here, so I'm just gonna wrap this up by saying this: take and work a Sabbath day, even if you have to forced issue write it in to your schedules. Try it for a month. You'll be a better person. Because reality, God didn't make you to go 24/7, 365 days a year, full tilt. I can just imagine the insanity if he did. But bottom line is this: 6 days you work, 7th day is day of rest. Take it easy. I love you. Keep the Sabbath day holy. Love you. Take care. God bless you. Good night.